Welcome to the Town Alone Basketball Hockey Podcast. I'm your host, Adam Hess, and with me, as always... Oh, I don't even have a good one for you this week. I had one for you yesterday. No, 2 days ago, but now I forget what it was. He thinks that division standings as a way to judge playoffs are correct. It's Mike Regan. Mike, how you doing today?
Great, Adam. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. You think we did like an entire podcast like we were in classic NPR? Oh, I remember what I was going to do. Hold on, let's redo it.
Okay.
With me, as always, he has both an X and an E next to his name in the standings column. It's Mike Regan. Mike, how you doing today?
Doing great, Adam. Thanks for having me.
Okay, there you go. So now we'll do the whole... Hey, if we did an entire podcast like we were in NPR, you think people would listen to it?
I mean, isn't that just like the PDO cast? PDO cast is phenomenal, but they have very dulcet tones.
When it's Filipovic and Jack Hahn on there, I'm like, I'm gonna fall asleep walking. Like this is the most calming thing to ever happen to me.
Yeah, but like when you look at the calculus of the angle of their shots, they actually have a really high point percentage when they have a 45-degree angle coming off the boards.
Like, if I got a rain machine, it would do a worse job at putting me to sleep than if I just got a Dmitry Filipovic reading me things that Jack Hahn wrote machine. I got the standings page up in front of me, which is why I initially had the idea of saying that you've both clinched a playoff spot and you've been eliminated. Mike, you care to guess the only team in the NHL? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Do you care to guess any of the 4 teams in the NHL who are undefeated on the shootout?
Ooh, undefeated on the shootout. That's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one's the Sabres.
No.
Simple guess.
Oh, yes, it is.
Right.
Yeah.
The Senators, also another guess.
Yeah.
The Devils, complete guess.
I can see you're scrolling down from conference to conference here, too.
And I'm going to say the Ducks, Adam. Once again, complete guess. No idea.
The Ducks being 8-0 in shootouts is outrageous.
It kind of tracks considering they have like a negative goal differential. Also, do the Mammoth count?
As a team? Or because they've never gone to the shootout?
Yeah, they never gone to it. If anything, there should be a trophy for that.
Yeah, you should get like a bonus point in the standings if you complete the entire season without going to shootout.
Didn't need no bitch-made shootouts.
Yeah, like whatever team gets to the shootout the least should get 1 bonus point.
I agree.
At the end of the season. Like, what is that going to affect? When has 1 point ever affected a playoff race? Don't look at the Pacific.
Never. Yeah. And if you go over in the shootout, you should lose 10 points. Sorry, Edmonton. You're out.
Is Edmonton the only team that affects?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I guess technically Utah once again winless in the shootout.
fucking. Yeah, they have gone over. They've gone 0-0, but it's over.
They're over undefeated.
Fucking Leon Draisaitl can't put a puck in the net, I guess, even alone on a breakaway. You think it's because they're so used to seeing a goaltender against a single skater turn into a complete like pile of pudding that once it doesn't immediately happen because the goaltender is prepared for it, they don't know what to do?
Maybe. That could be it. I mean, McDavid's shooting percentage is in the pooper this year, so we'll touch on that later, but...
Like in a good way or in a bad way?
No, not in a good way.
Okay.
Not in a good way. Okay. Not like, hey, babe, it's Valentine's Day, put it in the pooper. That's my gift to you, not in that way.
Earlier today, you and I were texting back and forth about the term big dumper, and I'm like, I don't think that there is a less attractive word for a behind on Earth, and then you open the podcast with pooper, which is definitely a less attractive word for a back...
God, the grossest one.
That's awful. I might have to edit that out of the podcast. That's vile.
Just bleep it. Let people wonder what I said. They'll be like, that was either gross or racist. I'm not sure what they said. But...
Yeah, I was about to say, I'd like I used a racial slur as a synonym for butt.
It could have been both. It could have been gracist.
Isn't that a character from The Wise Kids You Know?
Yeah.
Anyways, God, what a disaster of a podcast. They're going to yell at me in the comments again after this one, Mike. Just like they did.
Coming after you in the comments.
Just like they did after the last one.
Yeah.
Classic YouTube. Just sometimes I'll log on there to check the comments, and someone in the comments will be like, hey, you're a fucking idiot, and I hope that your mom has an abortion tomorrow. And I'm like, so anyways, what do you think of Connor McDavid's shooting percentage? I simply think that if you're going to leave a comment on YouTube, you should be forced to mail it to the person who you want to leave the comment for, and then they'll upload it.
Yeah, Adam, I'm not paying you to think, all
right? Like at all? Like I don't have to do any hockey analysis?
No, you do have to talk.
Fuck. Well, I could talk without thinking, right?
A lot of people do it.
Watch this. The Colorado Avalanche are good.
Well, hot take.
The Toronto Maple Leafs are bad.
Are the Colorado Avalanche good? Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. Remember when they were like 6-6-1 in like a 13-game stretch, and people were like, the wheel's coming off for the Avalanche.
Well, did you see McKinnon getting into it with Bednar?
But like, you know,
he falls off the bench.
It's McKinnon. Like,
yeah, it was just funny when he fell. It was funny because I have no idea how he fell. And then the latest dog was like, "Come on, buddy, get up here." That's why he's the captain.
That's why he's the captain. McKinnon doesn't even get the A.
Mm-hmm.
McCarr's the A, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, and then even if McCarr was to die in a plane crash, we all know Brock Nelson's getting that A next.
Oh yeah, Nazem Kadri.
McKinnon. That's the thing with McKinnon. You guys want to give this guy the Hart Award? He can't even lead. He's not a leader of men.
He's whiffs on open nets when there's a gold medal on the line. Like, you give that guy the Hart. I feel like he should have been like disqualified.
From the Hart.
That should have been the announcer when like, oh, and there goes McKinnon's chance at winning the Hart.
They should take the Olympics into consideration for that, because I still think that Jack Hughes should win the Hart.
I don't think you're allowed to win it if your team doesn't make the playoffs.
What was like a more significant moment for America? July 4th, 1776, or Jack Hughes scoring on an open net to win the gold medal?
I'm gonna say January 6th, 2021. Pretty significant.
Well, we both know where the Kachucks were on both those events, so.
Oh yeah, one of them was actually the Shaman. People don't know that, but
based off the fact that person looked like a human, I'm guessing it wasn't Brady.
No.
You want to do your Brady Kachuk bit, or you want to save it for later? There you go.
Could you just see him in the chambers? Congress is yelling that. The house.
Just stomping around. Oh, man. You know, Josh Brolin, hell of a career. Hell of a career, that Josh Brolin. Isn't he in?
He's in Goonies.
He's in Goonies, yeah.
He doesn't play that, yeah.
He doesn't play Brady Kachuk, but yeah, he's in Goonies. You got there? You got a little bang energy?
I got a little C4 serial killer.
Is that?
We bought at 7-Eleven.
Is that the Logan Paul one? C4?
No. The Logan Paul one is not that. Prime.
No, that's Jeff Bezos. I was so ready to shout over you when you said Prime to say no, that's Jeff Bezos, but it took you so long that I wasn't ready when you finally said it.
No, I think C4 is Lockheed Martin.
That's Andrew Tate.
They make weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We got a buddy who works for Lockheed Martin. Just ask him.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him like, how's the C4 going? We're making a lot of C4.
Mike, but that 17 sentences ago almost perfectly got us to transition to our first topic of the day. But I do have to introduce the podcast because people at home might not know that we are in fact not a Josh Brolin fan cast, although we do both love Sicario, a movie Mike's never seen.
I just watched Deadpool 2 once again.
Did you really just watch Deadpool 2?
No, I rewatched it recently.
Why?
Because I subscribed for like the Disney Plus bundle.
Right, but like,
damn, they got good movies.
Why were you sitting around? Okay, can we? I don't even know if this is gonna make it in this podcast. First off, I gotta know.
Disney,
why were you sitting around to watch Deadpool 2?
I don't know. What do you watch? What you're telling me when it's 2 a.m. and you can't sleep, you don't decide I'm just gonna rewatch all 3 Deadpools back to back to back. You don't do that.
I watched fucking
Adam?
Aaron Brockovich for the first time.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
Or
I watched like fucking Out of Sight. I guess I'm just on a Soderbergh kick is what I'm saying out loud. I've watched 3 documentaries about disasters in the process of making films recently.
Yeah, interesting.
But
yeah, now that Disney, I mean, this is a minute ago, but since they bought like all of like Fox's shit,
yeah,
there's like a bunch of good movies on there now. Like all them Searchlight janks, all them indie movies.
Yeah, Yeah, a lot of Searchlight. I do think it's funny whenever you look at it, and it is like on Disney. It's like, oh, you can watch Bluey or you can watch Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah. I got a whole streaming rant thing I want to go through because every time I try to watch something that's on a new streaming service I've never heard of before, and I have to subscribe to it for 7 days on a free trial and then cancel it. But we're not going to get into that right now. We're not going to get into that right now.
We're not a streaming podcast.
We aren't a streaming podcast, although you can stream us on YouTube at Talent Alone Podcast on YouTube if you like to watch the video version of this podcast, which mostly features the like upper 60% of my face with my mouth covered. So you can actually just take the video of my face and dub over it, saying whatever you want. People will just believe it.
Yeah. I realize that you have the rule of thirds going on way better than me, so I'm going to turn this there.
Well, that's because I'm a natural filmmaker, Mike.
That's true.
Natural filmmaker, yes.
Real auteur.
She was about to step on my keyboard and mess everything up. But Mike, we are in fact not a Josh Brolin streaming podcast. We are instead a basketball and hockey podcast this week. Well, every week from here till the end of days. We are a hockey podcast. And this week, Mike, we got to talk about awards season because the awards about to wrap up. And what we should probably talk about is the divisions because that's been the hot topic of the week, Mike. That great SEO. Everyone wants to talk about how, if it, the winner of the division doesn't make it, the Pacific winner is going to have less points than the best team that misses out on the Metro or whatever. And oh my God, what if the Mammoth have to play in the Pacific bracket? I don't care. Listen, everyone bitches about everyone bitches about every sports playoffs, but everyone bitches about how the playoff works in their sport. You want to get rid of the divisionals, you're soft getting rid of some rivalries. But anyways, Mike, that's what we're here to talk about. Everyone else already chased that SEO. We're not here to chase that SEO. Mm-hmm. We're here to chase different SEO, and that's because we are officially in the closing days of awards watch, Mike, for the NHL as we round out the season here.
That's what I'm going for.
As we round out the final days of the season here, we're going to tell you who is going to win each of the 5 major awards. That's Norris, Calder, Selke, Vezina, and Lady Bing. And we're going to tell you who's not going to win it, but who should win it. I guess also who should could be who is going to win it in some cases. But we're going to tell you who's going to win and who should win each of those major awards. I can't believe you didn't correct me when I said Lady Bing.
Oh, yeah, we're not doing Lady Bing.
Yeah, we're doing the Hart, obviously.
Hot.
Yeah. Kind of hot. Signed by the Vegas Golden Knights. Notes.
The Golden Notes, eh?
Yeah, just Golden Notes.
That's
what I say around these parts in Vancouver.
Oh, yeah.
But, Mike, let's start with the 2 defenseman awards, the Norris and the Calder, the awards that every year go to the best defenseman, either rookie or not. Mm-hmm. Prove me wrong, world. Stop giving the Calder to defensemen. But Mike, let's start here with the Norris. Let's start with the Norris. Now, by the odds, who's going to win it is Zach Werenski. Is that who you think will end up winning this award, Mike?
Yeah. I think he is going to win it. And honestly, you could make an argument for so many defensemen this year.
Yeah, who's like if you had an awards ballot, say like you get to put 5 names on the ballot and they're ranked choice. So 5 points, 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, 1 point. What are your top 5 and in what order?
My top 5?
Yeah.
Probably like Werenski, Hughes, Rasmus Dahlin, McCaff, and then, like I said, there's so many dudes you can, like. It's not crazy if you were going to sit up here and be like, "Hey, Matty Shafes maybe should be in like top 10 voting for Norris."
21 goals, buddy.
Yeah, he's having a great year.
Some would say the best rookie defenseman season of all time, but hey, I'm not gonna say that yet because we're not talking about the Calder. But
it's true.
Some may say that, Mike. Yeah, if we were doing a top 5 ballot, I think Werenski is going to win. I think Werenski deserves to win. We watched a lot of Columbus, obviously, recently, so he might be a little fresh on the brain. But he's a defenseman with the most points by a little bit of a margin now. And he's also probably like one of the better offensive defensemen in terms of defensive production Like, he's very good as like a defensive defenseman. Oh, by the way, he is not the top point getter on the blue line. That would somehow be Zach Bouchard. Evan Bouchard.
I was gonna say, what the fuck is Zach Bouchard?
Zach Bouchard's the world's best offensive defenseman, Mike. But Evan Bouchard, 82 points. Zach Werenski, 77 points. But Werenski also gets the heads up because, 21 goals, which if you get 21 goals, you win an award as a defenseman, as we'll see with the next award as well. But he's just, like, a pretty fucking good defenseman, like, on defense.
Yeah. I think it would be like a diagonal line on a graph, and he'd be pretty high up there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but only because you send me graphs.
X-axis.
You send me graphs that are a diagonal line all the time.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Is like offensive impact, y-axis defensive impact, and he would just be like, boom, to the moon.
To the moon. So I think like my number one choice, Werenski, who like last time I checked, he was minus 360 favorite. It's probably his award to lose. I think number 2, I'm going Cale Makar. Mike, I think number 3, I'm going Rasmus Dahlin. I think I'm with you.
Oh, he's played so good.
Yeah.
He's playing so well defensively right now, and his ability to get back, and then also he just drives the offense every shift he's out there.
Yeah, like I think something that like the reason that Werenski gets the nudge over Dahlin, I mean, by the numbers, more offensive production, he has 12 more points and 1 more goals. But where the other thing that Werenski gets is, for some reason, since firing your Kevin Adams, the goaltending in Buffalo has been outrageous, and like the goaltending in Columbus is still like pretty mid. Like I like Jet Greaves, but like Merzlikins is a complete fucking pumpkin.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I would also partially give Werenski the boost, because while those are the 2 hottest teams right now, Buffalo has had more success in the crease.
Mm-hmm.
But trying to my list, so Werenski, Makar, Dahlin, Hughes, and you know what, Mike? You know what? I'm going Darren Radish. My final spot.
Not Brock Faber.
not Brock Faber.
He was having a great year. I don't know.
He's having a great year, sure. But, also, like, how would you felt if I said Erik Karlsson, who's having a great year,
True. Fair point.
But I'm super Radish pilled. And I wanted to get all the goalies with at least 20 goals who aren't named Matty Shafes into the conversation. Mm-hmm. Oh, and I guess Jacob Chychrun also has 20 goals somehow. Jacob Chychrun has 23 goals, in fact. So, who should win, Mike? We're both going Werenski for will and should?
Yeah, I think he's a will and should guy.
All right. Well, another will and should guy. Let's talk Calder, Mike. Let's talk the Calder Trophy. Are you familiar with the Calder Trophy?
I am.
Given out to the best individual rookie for their on-ice impact. Mike, by the odds, I couldn't find the odds. They've taken the odds off the boards.
Yeah, it's ridiculous when I found them.
By a margin where you would even go, he's going to win, but is this even worth betting? Matty Shafes. Matthew Schaefer.
The Blue Book has him at like minus 3,000. So,
so don't bet it. That's what we're
kind
saying.
of a lot. However, can I just say something here
about Matty Shafes?
He will and should for sure, but I just want to give like quick stick tap to like Beckett Sinek.
Yeah, who we watched him super early in the season when we first started doing this gimmick. I think Anaheim was like our first or second team. I think second. I think our first team was Montreal, and Anaheim was our second team. Yeah, Beckett Sinek, like he's super come on as the season's gone on too.
Yeah,
they got some good offensive pieces there. Yeah, and I think probably second in the odds or third in the odds at this point is Ivan Demidov, who also deserves, once again, like talk about 2 teams that are on the come up and also just hit on rookies in Anaheim and Montreal. You know what's crazy is Matty Shafes he's going to have the most points in a rookie defenseman season since Cale Makar in 2015.
Yeah.
In fact, I believe he already does have the most points of a rookie NHL season since Cale Makar. Yeah. He's also 3 years younger right now than when Cale Makar came in the league.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like 2.5 weeks away from being too young to be draft eligible for this draft.
Damn.
Like he was barely draft eligible. He came in, had an immediate impact on a team that's surging, and this might not be the last time this team comes up, Mike. Actually, it'll come up a few more times because I think we also have to. Didn't the Islanders play Ottawa? I can't even remember now. That was the first game we watched with them, right? Yeah. So we'll also have to talk about.
Most recent game.
No, their most recent game was against Detroit.
Their first one was the Washington loss. That's all I know.
Okay, after that was Islanders. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Where Brady Tkachuk fought Anders Lee. That guy just likes to fight captains, I think. I think he's a captain fighter.
He's a real Russell Crowe, just fighting around the world.
Is Russell Crowe, like, where did that bit come from? I don't think of Russell Crowe. Like, did he used to get into bar fights a lot or something?
Like, that episode was like decades ago, so there probably was some story back in the day where he was getting into some fights.
And it's South Park, so they animate it the week before the show comes out.
Yeah. Fighting around the world.
How do they have time to make basketball too? You know?
I know how they're gonna fit in there. I just hope it wins an Oscar, so they can, what's his face? Trey Parker can finally EGOT.
I kind of hope it pulls a Return of the King and wins all of them.
Just cleans house.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy when South Park wins the cinematography.
Daniel Day-Lewis is the lead.
Daniel Day-Lewis is Cartman.
I drink your milkshake. That was a terrible Cartman.
That was, it wasn't a bad Daniel Day-Lewis being Cartman, though. Although Daniel Day-Lewis has been 3 years studying Cartman to get into the mind of Cartman.
He'd be walking around for months, for a year, in like the Cartman getup.
Oh, yeah.
Going method.
Just kicking people in the balls. Yeah.
Eating cheesy poofs.
Anyways. Mm-hmm. Oh, God. Mike, the Selke. The Patrice Bergeron Memorial Selke Award.
Oh, yeah.
Typically, this is like an award given out to someone by like a year or two after they should have won it by reputation. It's like a reputation award. That's why Patrice Bergeron won it, I believe, 14 years straight. I'm not going to fact check that, but that's got to be true. And the consensus going into the season was Barkov, but I don't know if you've noticed, Mike, by the fact the Florida Panthers have been bad.
Mm-hmm.
Barkov hasn't played, so can't give it to Barkov. I mean, you could, because who's paying that close of attention to the Selke, but you probably can't give it to Barkov. With that, Mike, on the odds right now, the favorite, Nick Suzuki, Montreal Canadiens. Do you think Nick Suzuki will win this award?
I hope so, because he's my should.
I'm a little Team Talent Alone pilled. I went with my should is a senator.
Just any of them?
Well, like off their checking line, Michael Amadio or what's his face?
Oh, okay. Well, my thing is they need to change the definition of this award. Because it's not. It doesn't get given to the best defensive forward.
Right. It gives to the best. It gives it to a forward who plays face-offs in the power play.
Well, no. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that it should say best two-way player because it's a guy who plays great defense and also has a very high like offensive impact. You know, because if not, there's a bunch of dudes who you can give it to because they play great defense, but they're technically a forward on the roster. You know what I mean? That's not how it works.
Yeah, and it also it's traditionally been like someone has to get points, right? Like, so I like I said, Michael Amadio or Shane Pinto were the two that I was like, one of these guys should win. They both have cleared the 30-point mark, so they could probably make it. But if we just like scroll down, Nick Cousins would never have any shot at it because he has 20 points.
Exactly. And like I made sure like I looked at numbers, but I did not like jot them down in my notes so that way I wouldn't regurgitate two of them. But when you just like look at Suzuki and you see the way he had, like obviously there's the offensive impact, especially at 5-on-5, but then you see the way he's dishing out the hits, he's getting down, blocking shots, he's taking the puck away. He's a dude. Has a silver medal, not a gold, but you know.
Do you think Team Canada every day just like shatters glasses in their hand, staring at the image of McKinnon missing the empty net? Or
I think like a third of the population of Canada just stands right at the border, drinking a beer, staring at us, glaring.
What do they drink there? Foster's? Some kind of weird fucking International beer.
They're Australian all of a sudden.
It's the same place. There's one of them's got cold spiders, one of them's got warm spiders.
Australian for bear.
Mike, if we really wanted to give this out to the best defensive forward, number 5 in terms of defensive zone starts, Scott Laughton.
I give it to Scott Laughton. Another name though that doesn't get, like, I feel like he should at some point win this award, but I don't know if he will. He also has a lot of defensive zone starts. Is like Jack Eichel. Is a really good two-way player that no one talks about as one.
I wonder, like, because Marner, similarly, Marner is a pretty good defensive forward who doesn't get credit for it. I wonder if it's A, people don't like Vegas, so they're not going to give him credit, and B, like, Vegas is having a down year, and so it's hard to give a guy an award like that when they have a down year. In Eichel does all the things we said there. He plays the penalty kill, and he takes faceoffs and wins the majority of his faceoffs. Like, he's good in the dot. So
yeah,
you know, it makes a guy wonder.
Another person who's like up there high in the standings is like Nico Hischier, and Hischier's having a good, like, yeah, he's like that kind of player, but also, like, I don't know how, like, team success influences voters. So I don't know how a bad Devils team that's not making the playoffs. Like, I think that kind of pulls them back a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, like, as a result, none of those guys really have a shot of it. But while we're talking about guys that don't really have a shot of it, can I give you the forward with at least 600 minutes with the most block shots, Mike?
Hit me.
How would you feel if this award went to Elias Pettersson?
At least he's finding some way to contribute.
96 block shots on the season.
Like, if you're not going to score, just at least be a meat shield for us. Jesus.
Yeah, you think that's just him, like, sliding slowly across the ice face down, and then just raining pucks on him?
Probably.
There's a lot of good candidates for this that are never going to get the credit. Nick Dowd, another guy that I had written down from Vegas. No, like, another really good defensive forward who's probably just not going to get credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, what's
pretty high up there too. Reinhardt's pretty high up there too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying he's a great two-way player, but part of me is just, I feel like it's just because we're like, well, Panthers got to be up there every year, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah, and I think he was the preseason favorite, but he hasn't had a great year. Final one here. Doesn't take enough faceoffs, but Mike, how'd you feel about a little Josh Doan as a defensive forward? A little Josh Doan.
Josh Doan's great. I don't think he has like the, like, he has good offensive numbers. Probably not the numbers that make people be like, but he's played really well.
How about Ryan McLeod?
Little McLeod. No.
Okay.
I do love me some Ryan McLeod. But
I just pulled up a list of, like, minutes leaders in terms of in terms of power play, and I just was going to try to list them off to see how many Sabres you should win this award this year.
Wait, power play or penalty kill?
Penalty kill. I keep saying power play, penalty kill.
Okay.
It'd be crazy if Ryan McLeod was, like, 8th in the league
in power
play. All right, Mike. So Nick Suzuki probably going to win that award. Let's move on to something that's a little bit more contested right now. Maybe not by the odds, but the Vezina award, Mike. The Vezina, the award that goes to the goaltender who has the worst defense in front of him but still wins games. Mm-hmm. Right now, the favorite, and starting to pull away with the competition a little bit, Andrei Vasilevsky.
Vassy.
Who do you think will win this award, Mike?
I mean, Vassy has, like, this name value to him. So I think there's a good chance he wins it. Plus, Tampa's having a good year despite their recent struggles. They'll still make the playoffs. But that's wrong.
It's wrong.
Like, Ilya Sorokin should win this thing.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised you didn't go with Logan Thompson.
Well, he was my other pick, but once again, the Islanders have a chance to make the playoffs, and Washington does not.
So, well, if we're talking in that category of things, how would you feel about it? By the way, my should was also Ilya Sorokin, but I thought that there was no chance in hell because you hate Sorokin. You hate his little Russian face.
His little stupid Russian face. He's all like, "Oh yes, I don't like you, Ukraine." I take that one back. That was a bad joke.
How about a little Jeremy Swayman? Another guy, playoff precipice.
Yeah,
really good season.
Bitch, though. I don't know if you watched his one. I don't know if you watched his one Olympic start, but you should just sit the fuck down. You know what I really like about Sorokin? There's a lot of, when I was like kind of comparing, there's a lot of numbers you can look at. Like Sorokin beats Vasi, Sorokin beats Vasi, Sorokin beats Vasi. But one that really stood out that I'm a stickler about with my goalies is rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
And Sorokin is giving up less rebounds per. Oh wait, actually, it's more rebounds per save. I take that back.
Okay. So you want to just cut that from the podcast, or?
I don't know. Do whatever you feel.
I know we already glazed Matty Shapes, but it's also worth pointing out that like it's not like the Islanders are the fucking early 2000s Devils out there either. Like they're not a force built off of center ice defense or anything.
I mean, they lost going into the year. You would have said, "Oh, they lost their best defenseman." Upson, right?
Oh yeah, okay. I was like, who was their best defenseman going into the year? Yeah.
Like at least
lost.
One of defensemen.
Not anymore.
Matty Shafes just steps in.
Yeah, and Matty Shafes. It's not, once again, like Matty Shafes isn't exactly, we're not gambling on him from the perspective of how he does defensively. Like he's a great offensive piece. He's a good defensive player, but he's also 18 and can get blown off the pocket from time to time.
Damn,
so it like I think that if you were to say if you were power ranking the reasons that the Islanders are on the playoff bubble, Ilya Sorokin's number one, and for the Lightning, I don't think Vasilevsky's number one. I think number one's probably like that they have a super deep roster, or that their coach is John Cooper.
Yeah, I mean, also, are you a fan of the WAR statistic, Adam? You think you put stock in WAR?
Damn it! I'm just never mind. I'm not gonna make my joke now.
But like, Vasi 3.78 wins above replacement. Sorokin 4.91. Not even close.
Not even close. Who do you think is replacement? Who's exactly 0 wins above replacement?
I can tell you.
Yeah, I was asking you to tell me. And then I also, do you know who's last place and do you know who's currently the last place goalie by the advanced metrics?
Who?
Jordan Binnington.
Jordan Binnington. Oh God, I've lost the WAR stitch. There it is. This guy doesn't count because he's only played 9 games. So I'll go to a dude who's actually, here we go, a guy who has played a bunch of games and is at exactly 0 on wins above replacement. Stanley Cup winner Darcy Kemper.
Darcy Kemper is the most replacement goalie I could think of, so that's good comparative measure there.
And it just fits when you consider he won that cup in front of just like a ridiculously stacked.
I would argue. I was going to argue he won it behind them, but yeah.
Yeah.
Other notable mentions. Once again, Alex Lyon, Jet Greaves, guys that their teams.
Dude. We need to. Like,
Go ahead.
I'm all about stepping into the Lions' den, and and I think UPL is playing great this year too. But while like the Sabres goaltending has been very good, I think compared to what people expected going into the year during this stretch, let's settle down.
Yeah, it's just like goaltending that's outperforming expectation, I think. A lot of it too. Like obviously outside of the top name brands, like Vasilevsky's going to win this because we know who Vasilevsky is, and Sorokin might win this because we know who Sorokin is. But going into this year, it was like, okay, well the one thing we know about the Sabres is their goaltending is going to suck.
Yeah.
And then it didn't, in fact. Yeah. Well, it did. And then they finally got Kevin Adams out of there, who I think was poisoning the water bottles of the goaltenders. And suddenly the team turned into the fucking 76 Bulls. 76 Bulls. How were the Bulls in 1976? Hold on. Let me look at the 76 Bulls.
Posted the numbers. Like they tweeted like the numbers out since Adams got fired. Like since like December 9th when this all started. And it is wild.
The 1976 Bulls went 44-38. Lost in the first round of the Trailblazers. I think it's because of the people they had on this fucking team. They had a guy named Mickey. Trust a guy named Mickey? Played basketball, Mike?
Not Mickey Rourke.
How about, I wouldn't trust Mickey Rourke to play basketball. How about Norm Van Leer? Just
Mickey
Norm Van
Loomis
Leer?
person?
Mickey Loomis?
That sounds like a person, doesn't it?
He's the GM of the New Orleans Saints.
Okay, that's it. I wouldn't trust him to play basketball, though.
No, I can't even trust him to run a cap in the NFL, and that's his entire job.
How about, oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey, that Mickey?
Who's that song about?
Mickey? It's about Mickey Mantle.
But who's the yeah, maybe it's Mickey Mantle. I trust Mickey Mantle to play some basketball.
Yeah.
The guy's athletic.
Could be drunk while he's doing it, but
All right, Mike, we only got one more award. Oh, who was your should? Your should was Sorokin?
yeah, Sorokin.
You betrayed your Logan Thompsons.
I've abandoned my boy.
Is that Cartman? The Hart Trophy, Mike. The Hart Trophy, which saw some upheaval, where it finally flipped with Kucherov as the odds-on favorite. But let me ask you this, Mike. Who will win this award?
I don't know. I think McDavid has like the air of, especially with Draisaitl being out till the end of the season at least.
Mm-hmm.
Like McDavid has like that image of like, dude, he's carrying this team. So I feel like that really helps his chances.
What if they miss the playoffs?
True. That wouldn't be a good look. But I mean, Cooch is outpacing him in like a lot of categories, he's beating him out in a lot of categories despite playing 6 less games. And I don't think
notably goals and assists.
Yeah. And I don't think Cooch doesn't get the respect, I think, for what he does. Like, take him out of that Tampa Bay team, and I think they're like not. I don't know. They don't make the playoffs, I don't think, without Nikita Kucherov. That's probably not a hot take. You're saying, oh, they're not going to make the playoffs without a Hart Trophy, like a Hart Trophy caliber player. Probably not a hot take.
Who's their best? Who's their best skater without Kucherov?
Like Gunsel or maybe Punt.
Yeah,
Point.
Gunsel or Point is their best skater without Kucherov, and I like Point, and I don't really like Gunsel, but I like Point. But I don't know, man. You're definitely not like the 3 seed in the East with Jake Gunsel as your best skater.
Yeah.
Whereas if you take McDavid off of the Oilers, right now their best skater is Evan Bouchard.
I think it's Matt Savoy. That's just me. That's just my pick.
Somehow it's Tristan Jarry.
Suck it, Nuge. I mentioned it earlier. Like, McDavid has a rough shooting percentages here. Now, part of that is probably because like he's taken a shitload of shots because who else is going to take them? Right. I bet you a lot of those shots he's taking, he's like, this isn't a high danger shot, but fuck it, what else are we going to do?
Right.
So that could be part of it.
You know who I think is still going to win this award, Mike?
Who?
Nathan McKinnon.
Really?
Plus 175. But here's the thing. They're going to end up still as the overall 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the reason that Kucherov jumped is because he's had like 2 4-point games recently.
Yeah.
But they're going to end up as the overall 1 seed. They have what? Like 11 games left? 12 games left?
Oh. Something like that.
And if he goes a point per game, they end up as the overall 1 seed. They stop losing every other game in regulation. I think they're just going to say like, well, this team was like dominant wire to wire. Let's just give it to the best player on that team. Because otherwise, this Avs team is going to look like the best team in hockey from fucking October until June when they lift the Stanley Cup in 5 games. And they're going to get shut out of every single award.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
What?
McKinnon's goals above shooting talent is 9.3.
I'm not even familiar with that stat. Does that mean that he's lucky or unlucky?
I don't know. I've never really understood how to like the best way to interpret that one. But McDavid's is minus 3.6, which I think goes to my earlier point of being like, I'm shooting the puck a lot just because, dear God, who else should shoot it? No one but me.
Did you watch? This is a dumb question. But did you watch any of the Maple Leafs Rangers game last night?
What a dumb question, Adam. Why would you even ask that?
I know, because your team was too busy losing.
Yeah, I was watching the Sabres lose in overtime. Again.
I just, based off that game alone, could you give me Jake McCabe's? What was it? Shooting luck over expected, goals over shooting talent. What was it? Can you pull up, any chance you can find Jake McCabe's goals over shoot?
Oh,
what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the season, I can find it, yeah.
because he had his 4th goal of the season last night, only a few games after having his 3rd goal of the season to get the Maple Leafs a win in overtime.
Goals above shooting talent, 0.5.
Yeah. There you go. Sounds like he's better than McDavid.
That's what I'm hearing.
Anyways, I hate watched it, and I was aghast when Zibanejad didn't get his weird yearly hat trick. That just smelled like that game. He ended up with 2, but I was watching it being like, this feels like the weird, hey, Mika Zibanejad had another hat trick tonight game.
Can I ask you a question? How many years do you think we are away from a Macklin Celebrini Hart Trophy?
Is he the Wemby of hockey? Like, is it next year or in 2 years?
Yeah, probably is.
I mean, like, for a huge run early in the season, he was 3rd. Like, definitively 3rd in the voting. And his point production slowed down a little bit. He is still easily over a point per game. And by the end of the season, I mean, he's already over 82. So he's at 96 points. And unlike some bums, like Connor McDavid and Nikita Kucherov, he's not feasting on secondary assists.
Who leads the league in primary assists? I'll tell you right now.
It's Pasternak.
But Pasternak is tied with that bum-ass McDavid.
Yeah. But the question is, which one of them has a better shooting percentage over expected, or whatever that fucking stat you keep throwing at us?
Shooting goals above shooting talent, Adam. And McDavid actually does have a better one, despite being negative 3.6. Costa's negative 5.8. What does that mean, though?
Fucking possible. Okay, so I think that we both agree that Kucherov should win it, though, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if he will. It could be McDavid or McKinnon again. You know what's funny is earlier I almost said, like, McKinnon had his moment last year. And then once again, I was like, Mike, why do I keep erasing Connor Hellebuyck's Vezina from my brain?
Can I tell you this? Let me say this. Let me say this. If, like, Kucherov's going to win, McDavid and McKinnon should probably round out the top 3. Or I should say, that's how I think it should work. It's you got, like, Kucherov, McKinnon, McDavid, or Kucherov, McDavid, McKinnon. Can we get, like, one fucking defenseman as a finalist on here? Like, in any season. This season, like the season where the 2 absolute wagon teams are defined by their team leading defensemen in Werenski and Dahlin. Could we Mo Seider as, like, a 200-foot guy? I know he's fallen off, but Quinn Hughes, the trade that defined the season. Cale Makar as, like, the stalwart. Can we get one fucking defenseman as a finalist on the ballot?
There's so much, like, just top tier prime defensive talent in the league this year. We might not be far off from getting, like, a defenseman to finish in top 3 voting.
Yeah, I'm just asking one. I'm just asking one to be in the top 5. That's all I'm asking. Anyways, Mike, that's our those are our final awards previews. Those are who are going to win and who should win for each of the 5 major awards. We talked briefly about Jack Adams over text. I think probably Lindy Ruff wins it.
Probably. I mean, there's a lot of people saying John Cooper, like, should get it finally because he never had one. And then what's his face from Columbus if they would have, like, fired their previous
Dean
coach,
Evanson.
probably, like,
Evanson.
If they would have fired their coach, like, what, like 2 or 3 weeks earlier, then maybe he could win it. But
Rick Bowness, by the way, is their current coach.
Yeah, Rick Bowness.
After they fired Dean Evanson, who I think you want your team to take the leap. Like, Chicago should hire Dean Evanson and then fire him mid-season next season, and they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah.
It works every time. Anaheim did it a few years ago and almost made the playoffs. Firing Dean Evanson is the best thing your team can do. However, the worst thing your team can do is hiring Dean Evanson, so it really balances out in the wash.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, did we talk enough in that segment about the Sabres and Blue Jackets? Or do we have some more to talk about here? I think these are these if you are coming into hockey here at the end of the season, you're getting ready for the playoffs. You're saying, Adam and Mike of the Basky Podcast, a podcast dedicated to Josh Brolin's early filmography on streaming. Mm-hmm. Who should I be rooting for in the playoffs? The answer is pretty, like, definitively, like, the Sabres, the Blue Jackets, or whoever's comes out of the Pacific to win the whole thing, because that would ruin the idea that the regular season matters at all. Those would be the 3 answers, right?
Like Ducks, Sabres, Blue Jackets.
Yeah, I think and if you want to root for the Ducks, I got bad news for you. I see that you're taking a picture of your dog upside down.
Oh shit, that was on camera.
If you do want to root for the Ducks, the bad news is they're going to get eliminated in round 1 because once it's the playoffs, there's no more shootouts. So
it's true.
But Mike, let's talk about these Sabres and Blue Jackets here. The Sabres firmly holding on to that one spot in the Atlantic, potentially one spot overall. Obviously, Carolina has a game in hand, but they're tied in points. Columbus second in the Metropolitan after jumping Pittsburgh. What's the best case scenario outcome for the NHL playoffs? Is this conference finals between these two teams? Is it that they each win a couple rounds and we only get one of them to move on? Like what's the best case scenario for the two
conference
bandwagon teams? Yeah,
conference finals for the Sabres and Blue Jackets. For a second there, I thought you were saying like conference finals for some reason, like Sabres and Hurricanes, and I had like massive PTSD, like war flashbacks. Yeah, like I think best case scenario, Sabres win the whole thing. You know,
yeah.
Obviously.
Here's kind of my thought on it. Like, would a Sabres Blue Jackets conference finals, instead of being like a good vibes thing, would it just be everyone dogpiling against one team?
Like everybody hating one and rooting for the other? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
No, I think it would be a good vibes. I think it'd be pretty split. Actually, I don't know. I feel like it would be like 60-40 people pulling for Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo's more of the bandwagon team, which is crazy because I don't know if you heard, but the Columbus Blue Jackets had one of the integral parts of their team die in a bicycle accident a couple years ago. So, but I think that like the general fan base would absolutely get behind Buffalo more than Columbus. Is that just because, as Bill Simmons pointed out, the Blue Jackets are just the most irrelevant North American sports team in the history of the 4 major leagues?
There's got to be a basketball team that's up there.
Name a basketball team that's been more irrelevant than the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Like the Charlotte Hornets?
They've had 2 MVPs.
In the last how many years?
No, they haven't. They've never had an MVP.
Okay.
But they have Con Knippel.
I was like, did they give... Like,
dude, they got 6'7". They got LaMelo Ball.
They have 6'7".
The Adam Fantilli of basketball.
I think people just dislike LeBron. And by association, that's the Blue Jackets.
Yeah. My other question for you, obviously, I'm going to answer this about the Sabres. I want you to tell me, how far does Columbus actually go in the playoffs?
Right now, they play the Penguins. I think that's definitely a winnable series for them.
I think so.
Getting pretty hot lately. Second round?
So eliminated by presumably Carolina.
Yeah.
That means that you are in fact angling for a Carolina Hurricanes Buffalo Sabres conference final.
I want vengeance.
What would be more surprising for you? What would be more surprising to you?
Yeah.
A Columbus sweep in the first round, or like Columbus gets swept in the first round, or Columbus makes the conference final.
Columbus makes the conference final.
I think so too, and that's unfortunate, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean Columbus is playing great hockey lately, like I said, and I really like their blue line. Their goaltending is shaky.
Yeah,
that really concerns me come playoff time. You know,
I mean, in the playoffs,
tighten up.
How many games could they possibly play Merzlikins in the playoff? Like in a 7-game series, can they play him 2? Good. Can they play Merzlikins 2 games?
I don't think they want to play Merzlikins at all. Like they're hoping Greaves holds up.
I don't know. Can you play how many goaltenders can actually play 7 games in a series?
I mean, I think you're only really going to roll out your backup goalie if you're up. Like if you
2
have
games
3 wins
going into the third.
Yeah, if you're, I feel like if you have 3 wins and you're up by at least 2 games, you're like, all right, well we'll roll out the backup for this game. But
God, I don't know that the first round of the playoffs it's tough to play your keeper for 7 games.
Yeah, but like games are there's always a day between games. So like take a fucking nap, bud, and then get back in the pipes in 2 days. What do you want me to tell you?
So flip into the other bracket there. Obviously, in the first round right now, the Sabres would be facing what? The Senators? No, the Bruins right now. What would be more surprising for you? A Sabres sweep by the Bruins sweeping the Sabres? I keep saying that backwards. The Bruins sweep the Sabres, or the Sabres make the conference finals?
Bruins sweeping the Sabres would be more surprising to me.
They make it the conference finals. So you're saying that Buffalo is less likely to lose in 4 to the Bruins than they are to beat both the Bruins and Lightning in a 7-game series.
Even if that series went south, like there's no way we don't win one of our games at home. Like that place is gonna be going so apeshit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I was David Pastrnak, I might be afraid to win Game 4 on the road in Buffalo. I mean, they might actually burn the entire city down before you can leave. Like it might, if you sweep Buffalo at home in front of their home crowd.
Well, no, if they swept us, it would be in Boston.
How does it work in basketball or in hockey? It's 2-2, first 2 games, or is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's 2-2, 1-1-1. Home, like better team has home ice advantage. So they get the first 2 at home.
Got it. Oh, then it's fine then. I mean, Boston's going to destroy the city no matter what because it's a bunch of racist northern rednecks. So.
Damn.
Hey, congratulations on beating the Thunder, though, Boston.
For you.
Okay, so let's play this out here. How many games would you give Buffalo against Tampa Bay? If the line was Buffalo minus half a game. Wait, that doesn't work. Buffalo minus 1 game.
I'm so confused. Oh, as far as like if we were to beat them with the.
Yeah, so you couldn't go 7. You'd have to win it in 6 to hit the.
I mean, I think that series goes at least 6, if not 7.
So you would probably you'd probably take Tampa plus 1 game. Yeah. Okay. And what about Columbus? Say Columbus second round. Columbus, Carolina. Actually, you know what? We can have fun and say Columbus, Ottawa.
Columbus, Carolina. I feel like it's going to end in 6, with Carolina winning 4-2.
I will say Columbus won their last matchup. They play 2 more times between now and the end of the season, though.
That's true.
Now, you made that sound like I made a really good point. Like I swayed you to my side. I simply told you when they play again, Mike.
That is true, though. I'm just saying that's true.
So if it was Carolina minus 1.5 games, who are you taking?
I'd take the minus 1.5.
Okay. So you think it could end in 5?
No, it could end in 6.
Well, then you would take Columbus plus 1.5.
No, you would take Carolina minus 1.5, because if it ends in 6, Carolina would win 4-2.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, see, that's why they pay you the big bucks around here, Mike.
That's where you were supposed to go. That's true.
I'll edit, because once again, since I cover the bottom of my mouth here, I'll just edit you saying that's true over whatever I said there.
There you
go. All right, that's kind of all I got on the East. You want to talk just a quick here? You want to talk about how gross the Pacific is?
Is it gross or is it fun? You know,
Anaheim has won 3 straight in regulation. 3 straight in regulation. Still has a negative goal differential.
True. I mean, it's a bummer that the Sharks are basically out of it. So they're a fun team.
They were a fun team, Mike, and we'll always have those memories.
They're not dead, Adam.
They're dead. They're dead, Jim. How many on what was it? Monday? Tuesday? When was there 15 games? Was it Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. There was 15 games. What was what was in your rotation that day to watch?
I watched some. I mean, I had the box going, so some Senators, Red Wings, some Blue Jackets, Flyers. I had up there too.
The reason I bring it up, because the nightcap game there was Ducks, Vancouver, a game I did not watch a second of. But like, do those teams really feel that far off from each other?
Dude, Ducks are fun. Ducks play such fun, fast-paced hockey.
They do, and they ended up winning the game 5-3. However, it did take 3 third-period goals for them to win.
Oh yeah.
So.
I mean, they blew a 2-goal lead against Buffalo in the third, Buffalo came back, scored 3 unanswered, and then the Ducks tied it and ended up winning in overtime. Like that's the thing. Like the Ducks are going to get into the playoffs, and it's going to be like we're going to win any playoff game we win. It's going to be 5-4.
Which you can just tell is exactly how that coaching staff wants them to play. But the Pacific, man, like the Ducks, sure, they're fun, but behind them, like the flagging Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights, and then right around the corner there, somehow the Kings are still in this.
Yeah, like I think the Knights mostly. I mean, they have 10 games left, but like I feel confident saying the Knights 4 games they're safe by 4 points. I feel confident saying they're going to make the playoffs, but even so, are they like one of the most disappointing teams?
Yeah,
season?
what is it? Just the goaltending? Is the goaltending so bad? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Like,
Aiden Hill's terrible.
He's like, you know who they should have kept? Logan Thompson seems pretty good at goalkeeping.
That Logan Thompson guy.
It's you know who else is probably regretting not playing a little bit more Logan Thompson is Team Canada. Feels like every time someone passes up Logan Thompson, they get proven incorrect.
I mean, in Team Canada's defense, like, they lost the gold medal game to 2-1. It's not like they got shelled for 5 goals.
Mike, in the classic words of the guy who made Letterkenny, who didn't go on to make Heat a rivalry. They didn't ask how. They asked how many.
Sure.
So, yeah, this like Vegas is up there for most of this point team. Like at least with Edmonton, you can hand wave away and be like, oh, we knew that like this goaltending situation was bad and they made a bad trade and the players all hate the coach and Draisaitl got hurt and you know their best defenseman's Evan Bouchard, and behind that, who is there even talking about? Vegas, it's like, all right, they brought in Mitch Marner this offseason to supplement a team that they basically lost no one. In the middle of the season, they traded for Rasmus Andersson, and they're still kind of like, sure, they play hockey, you know? Like, I'm not,
yeah, I mean,
I'm not fucking getting out of bed to watch them.
I mentioned this stat ad nauseum, but you said, like, sure, they play hockey. That's perfect. Their goal differential is 0. You know, I was like, yeah, they play hockey.
That's wild. I mean, maybe they'll flip a switch come playoff time and things will change. But like the Rasmus Andersson deal looks pretty middling. Like hasn't been great.
Yeah.
There's fucking Dominic Hasek ain't walking through those doors come playoff time. So you just gotta hope that like Akira Schmid gets hot. Don't love that.
I mean, this is the second year in a row they made that big swing on the blue line? Because wasn't last year the Hanifin trade?
Was it? Or was that 2 years ago? It must have been last year.
I can't remember if it was last year or 2 years. But
who can remember anymore, Mike? Time just keeps going on no matter what you say. We're all going to die any day now. It is a continuum. By the way, Vegas does play Edmonton tonight.
Ooh.
What are your predictions, Mike? Who you got? Who you got?
Big game. Is it in Edmonton?
It's in Vegas.
Ooh, in Vegas. Neither of these teams are playing great.
By the way,
something's really wrong with Vegas right now. I think they're going to go into the third period up 2 goals and then somehow lose like 5-4.
I would be surprised if they were up 2 goals because in their last 5 games, they're 4-1, and in that stretch, they have scored 4 goals.
That's true.
The other thing with this is right now, because of the way playoff seeding works, it looks like Utah is going to make the jump over to play in the Pacific bracket.
Yeah.
How do you think it shakes out on that end of things? So we'd probably get Edmonton if the season ended right now. We'd get Edmonton, Vegas, and Utah, Anaheim, and as our first round series in the Pacific.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean Utah would make the jump to play in this Pacific bracket? I'm confused.
So the way that the brackets work down is wild card.
Oh, they would be playing the Ducks right now, is what you're saying?
They'd be playing the Ducks, and then they win the winner.
Gotcha.
They play the winner of Edmonton, Vegas.
Yeah.
So
I thought you were saying they were going to like move into the top 3 of the Pacific, and I was like, well,
that would be impressive if they somehow changed divisions midseason. Although if I was them, I would start contesting that. If I was Minnesota, I'd be on the phone right goddamn now to Bettman saying, "Hey, we're pretty close to the Pacific. I mean, we're the land of 1,000 lakes. What's the Pacific besides a giant lake?" Oh, Mike lost a headphone?
Earbud bounced very far.
But right now, let's say once again, those are the matchups: Edmonton, Vegas, Anaheim, Utah. Who do you have coming out of that side of the bracket?
No fucking clue.
Yeah.
That's so gross.
Is Utah the best team on that side of the bracket? Is that outrageous?
I mean, shit. You can make an argument for it.
Imagine you're Colorado. You have to go through a gauntlet where you play. I mean, Nashville's not a gauntlet, but you have to, or let's say Dallas. You're Dallas. You have to beat Minnesota and Colorado to make it to the conference finals, and then you're up against fucking Edmonton, who had to beat Vegas and Anaheim to get there.
No, the better thing would be if you're Minnesota, you go through that meat grinder to get to the conference finals, and then the Ducks are sitting there.
Being like, hey, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's like old-ass Chris Kreider and a bunch of kids who can't drink.
All right, Mike, any more thoughts on the Pacific? You want to just give me the team coming out of that division. Put your stamp on your foot or the line in the sand or whatever kids are saying these days.
Specifically speaking for the Pacific.
What?
Specifically speaking for Pacific, I think somehow the Oilers will end up in the conference finals.
That's who I got too. I'm not counting out Connor McDees until he's buried. Like he's at least the last few years. I mean, basically dating back to the Vegas Cup, he's unkillable. He's there every year. Mm-hmm. All right, Mike. With the best and worst of the NHL in the books, now we have to talk about the playoff bubblist. The Ottawa Senators. Team talent alone for the last 7 days. We got to watch them go 4-1, including wins over the Red Wings, Rangers, Maple Leafs, and Islanders, and a singular loss over the Washington Capitals. Mike? Oh, and I think that they're now in the playoffs, aren't they? Or are they not in the playoffs? Actually,
they are currently in it.
They are currently in it. With a game in hand.
Wild card.
They are at wild card 2 over the New York Islanders and ahead of the Detroit Red Wings, who they actually beat to get that spot. So good on them.
Wow, the bitch-made Red Wings fallen so far. Who could have thunk it? Who could have thunk it?
So, Mike, why don't you tell me something good from watching the Ottawa Senators for the last 7 days?
They like to play physical.
Is that something good?
Yeah, they like to play physical. They got very high takeaway percentage, and you can see that in the way they play. Work hard on the board, sets up a lot of high danger chances, which you can kind of see when they watch them play. It tracks with some of the numbers, and that like they don't have a high shot volume, but they got very high as far as like league numbers go among teams and high danger chances. Mm-hmm. But I think that definitely is mostly what they do well.
Limiting shots? Limiting high danger shots?
No, I'm saying they don't have a high shot volume for, but they have a high danger chance for.
Got it. I was projecting because my good is that just like Columbus for the week before, boy howdy does Ottawa team not let teams shoot.
Yeah,
not big on letting other teams shoot. Outside of the Capitals game, which we don't need to talk about, they allowed 2 goals on 20 shots against New York. They had, I mean, obviously, like we also watched them play the Rangers and Leafs, who are sad sack DOA teams, but they tripled the Leafs in shots in that game. And then once again, Detroit, I think, was the only team to outshoot them the entire time we watched them, and somehow they got good goalie play for once.
Yeah,
but
that's I was gonna say that's big for them to help Linus the penis as much as they can by not letting a lot of shots get on goal, and that probably helped. Because I don't know, you can put this somewhere between like the good or the bad. I mean, I don't know where you put it, but like that's the 4-game win streak they're on. Like you take out Toronto, who's 6th in shooting percentage, but you got like the Islanders are 27th, the Rangers are 18th, and Detroit is 30th, obviously because they're bitch made and their offense isn't that good. But so that definitely helps when you have weak goaltending. When you play teams again,
So I just pulled it up here. Against Toronto, they allowed 14 shots on which Linus the Penis could only stop 12.
See what I mean?
Didn't they trade for him, or did they sign him to a bunch of money? I can't even remember anymore.
Yeah.
All right, good input, Mike. Good input on that.
My headphones cut out for a second, so I just heard silence, and I can't even remember anymore. And I was like, I improv it. I was like,
It wasn't a good improv. I'll break that one to you. Give me something bad from watching Ottawa for the last week.
yeah, I don't know how they've been able to limit the shot it's against, because like it's not good going forward. Like I haven't checked the latest update, but like Sanderson and Shabbat dealing with injuries. Like what else is there on that blue line?
Yeah, can I complain about something real quick? So Shabbat gets injured in their last game, I believe. Sanderson, Shabbat Shalom. Sanderson injured for a while, and due to be back any day now, I'm sure. But like Shabbat, it sucks. Like he's not good. Like if I may so boldly say, like Shabbat is what everyone told me Seth Jones is, right? Like he's just big and soaks up a lot of minutes, but he handles a puck like it's the first time he's ever seen one. And once again, like he's big, but like I would be shocked if he's even number one on the Senators in terms of takeaways. But like he played like 30 minutes the other night. It's like, hey, all right, I don't know, man. Are we really doing this with this guy? Like is Thomas Shabbat? That's who we're gonna be like. This guy knows how to grind away a hockey game. I mean, kind of for both teams,
Like your lunch.
What?
Eat your lunch, Adam. He's second in takeaways.
Yeah, I said he's not first. Who's first? Is Sanderson?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. Like, what is there to say about Shabbat? He's got a lot of points because he's out on the fucking ice all the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
The guy's managed 7 goals on the season while shooting 15%.
Damn, that's a good shooting percentage.
That's what I'm saying. Just like this wasn't even my bad. My bad was the goaltending. Like they got a miracle game out of James Reimer when they needed it, and a miracle game out of Linus Ullmark against the Red Wings. But the goaltending is like pretty bad, and they've obviously designed the team to just stop the goaltending from being that bad.
Yeah,
because they just limit shots, limit high danger chances, limit shots. But like Shabbat and the goaltending kind of suck.
I mean, the defense isn't very deep in general once you take Sanderson out of there. So I'm not really sure how they're still limiting the shot attempts other than, I'm not sure. I mean, just throwing the body around. Like
they got that rookie everyone's hot for, right?
What's that?
They got that rookie, who everyone's really excited about, who played one game for them when with Sanderson out. I think he played the Detroit game.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the guy.
No.
Sure
I can't say his name confidently. They said it 9,000 times during the broadcast because it was his first game. I'm double checking.
They do have a positive like on ice goal percentage.
By the way, the guy I'm talking about was the first star in the Detroit game. He had a goal and an assist.
Oh.
Yeah, can I check? Yeah, you come in.
Can you not say the name, and that's why you're doing this?
Yes, that is exactly why I'm doing
that. Okay. Here. Oh, no. I'll figure it out for you.
So I guess those are my major Ottawa takes. The goaltending sucks, and Thomas Shabbat sucks.
Yakimchuk. That is not that hard.
There's no way that's correct. You just said it with confidence to make me look dumb. There's no way that's right.
Yakimchuk.
I refuse. I refuse, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Actually, a Jewish name. People don't know that.
His name's Calder. I'm gonna go with Carter.
Carter Yakum.
Mike, what is your huh or what or huh what for the Ottawa Senators?
Not the most insightful, but I noticed this. It's interesting. Do you know what Ottawa is?
The capital of Canada.
Bingo. However, weird. Capital Canada. 4 of their top 7 point scorers are American.
Sanderson, Kachuk. Who else?
Pinto.
Pinto's American?
Pinto's American, and I think it was it. And then, Batherson. Drake Batherson's from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Go Hoosiers. And also, their top scorer, Tim Stutzla, is a German.
He's a German.
I'm just saying, capital of Canada, not getting really led by Canadians.
That's pretty good. What?
Why is that?
I just realized what time it is, and I have to go to an interview very soon, so we're going to rush the last few minutes of this podcast. Mike, my what?
What?
Warren Fogle? Do I owe Warren Fogle an apology? I gave him my least favorite trade of the trade deadline.
Yeah.
He's got fucking 5 goals in 10 games.
How dare you doubt the Fogle?
I doubted the Fogle, and I was wrong, Mike. I doubted the Fogle, and now I've wrought what the Fogle can show. I just rewatched that movie the other day.
Oh, yeah.
So go off, King Fogle. In our time watching him, the only 2 games he didn't have a goal in was Detroit and Washington. Every other game he had a goal in. In fact, he had the game winner against the Rangers, which for some reason they needed a game winner against the Rangers, but...
It's Fogle and Carrick. Best 2 trade deadline acquisitions.
As we all expected.
As we all expected.
All right, Mike, well, let's close this out here. Why don't you give me who Team Talent Alone is going to be for the next 7 days?
So my nominations are the weird-ass Predators, who I thought were like dog shit and dead, and now they're like potentially make the playoffs. They're sitting in the second wildcard spot in the West. The Vegas Golden Knights, if we just want to do an examination, what the fuck is wrong with this team? The Islanders, since they're on the bubble, fighting for the playoff lives. And then the Kings, like not at all sexy. I don't want to watch the Kings, but I mean, they're fighting for a playoff spot. Kopitar's last season, so.
Yeah, I was thinking we should do something in the Pacific. My heart says Islanders, but my head says Vegas or Nashville. So I'll make the final choice between those 2.
Let's watch Vegas, try to see what the fuck's going on here.
All right, so we're going to watch Vegas to see what the fuck's going on there, eh? What the fuck's going on in Vegas, bud? Huh? Guy? Let me see who they're playing this week. By the way, we have another 15 games tonight, it looks like.
Jesus.
So they obviously play Edmonton tonight, so we get the Edmonton-Vegas matchup tonight. After that, through next Wednesday, you can tell I'm scrolling by the way I'm talking. Saturday, we get another Capitals game. Then Vancouver. So Edmonton, Washington, Vancouver. At least we get Edmonton.
At least we get Edmonton.
All right, Mike. Well, that's all we got. We're going to be Vegas Golden Knights fans for the next week, and we'll be back here next Wednesday to talk more. Do you have any plugs on the way out the door?
Nah, we got to wrap it up. You got places to be.
Yeah, I got places to be. So check
out
talentalone.com for any of our work. Check out Talent Alone stream for our live streams. We'll actually be going live later tonight playing Silent Hill F. And come back here tomorrow for another episode of Basky with Tyler Carcar talking about the NBA.
Of the podcast.
With that, Mike, since we don't do any shout-outs on the Basky podcast, would you like to tell me the 4th goalie in terms of games started for the Vegas Golden Knights?
No, because I have no fucking clue.
It is Linderbaum. You familiar with Carl Linderbaum?
Oh, I thought it was Tyler.
He went 2-4-2 with a 3.0 GAA and an 873 save percentage.
Not great, Jim.
8 starts. With that, Mike, let's get out of here.